Would you just repeat those three things again?
Yes. What did I say?
Do you have a stockpile of stories?
Yes. Okay.
I think that's bigger than people realize.
Every person should have an arsenal, a stockpile of stories and answers that they are proud to share, that are life-giving, that give you dopamine when you share them, and actually connect to others.
Yeah, connect to the others too. They want to hear it.
Yes, and it shares little subtle core values, right? Like my stories and the stories that I want you to have are stories that you're just dropping values. So if someone else has a similar value, they can pick it up, right? You're dropping that rock out there that they can try to pick up. Okay, so what are those stories in your life? They can be funny stories. Let's start with those. Are there funny things that have happened to you in your life that you can share? How you met your partner, a funny, embarrassing story, how you got into your career, how you had a low light of your career, how you had a highlight of your career, right? Just great stories.
Yeah.
Funny or interesting. I also want you to have answers of things that you do that are interesting or intriguing. And the hard part about this is you have to be willing to do interesting and intriguing things. And this is a challenge. I understand this. I think I've noticed over the last 10 years, I've been doing this since 2007. So I put up my first YouTube video in 2007.
Wow.
Didn't go viral till 2009.
Where do we find you on YouTube?
Oh, Vanessa Van Edwards.
Okay.
Yeah. The old videos are a little rough. So be a little generous with those. So I started in 2007 and I've noticed changes in people. In 2007, the Facebook had just kind of started the Facebook, and it was just in colleges. So social media had not hit yet. And I've watched over the last 2 decades, 18 years, how we've changed. And the number one change I've seen is people are doing less interesting things. And that is because they are seeing interesting things.
Yeah.
And it tricks your brain into thinking that we're doing them.
I just did that, yeah.
Right. And what happens is—
I don't need to do it. I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, you, in your phone, you have the most interesting thing in the world on your phone. So you feel like, well, why do I have to do interesting things when I'm just watching other people do the most interesting things that I could possibly see? So I've noticed that people have less hobbies, less risks, less quests. So I would challenge you, can you do a quest? And I literally mean a quest.
To give you something to talk about.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for example, one of my friends was having trouble making friends, and he decided to do a quest where he would try the 50 best bars in the world.
I'm in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And it involved travel.
I want to be with you for the next hour. I want to hear.
And you want to hear, what that one in Tokyo, they did what? And then there was one in this. And what he did, he'd go with people. So he started to reach out to friends who he kind of had an inkling that he liked and say, hey, there's a place in Chicago and you're in Chicago. I wanted to try this. I'm doing the top 50 bars in the world. You want to go with me and knock this one off my list? Or he'd ask his friend from college, hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of years, but do you want to go? This is a crazy idea, but New York City has one of the best bars in the world. You want to meet me there for like a guy's weekend? And he started to do trips with friends. But also when he was out, he would talk about these great stories about all the different bars he went to, the worst cocktail he had in one of the best bars, the craziest ingredient they used. It harvested all these stories for him.
So just to sort of sum up that really great idea, that the way to become more interesting is to find something you love and have the courage to go out and do it. So you have a story to tell.
That's it. You are harvesting stories from your own life if you create a quest. And I do mean a quest. And this is my big challenge. And if you do a quest for you, please tag me. I'd love to see them. Pick something specific and give it a number and give yourself a challenge to do all those things. So it could be, and I've heard all kinds of amazing quests. So visit the top 50 bars in the world. I've heard cook the most popular dish in every culture. That's one that one of my friends is doing, where she's trying to cook the most popular dish from every country around the world to just learn different cuisines. I've heard be able to read the top 50, I think she did 25, the top 25 best-selling books around the world, translated into English. So she could learn about different cultures.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Is there different, or I want to, even more local, I want to try the top 10 restaurants in my town.
Yeah, everybody wants to know where a good place to eat is.
I'm going to try every coffee, every vanilla latte in town, and I'm going to rank them on a scale of 1 to 20. I'm going to have a list of the best coffee in town. I'm going to learn how to make sushi, and I'm going to have a party at the end of the month for all my friends, and I'm going to make sushi for them.
That's so cool.
Like, this is a quest where there's a number around it and you get galvanized around it and it harvests all these stories. And my secret goal here is it loops in people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're making sushi for people, you're having a party. If you're going and trying something new, you can invite friends to do it with you. And that way it's giving you recommendations, it's giving you stories. And I think everyone should have a quest. So for example, I just moved to a new town and my quest right now is to try the top 50 restaurants in my new town. I want to try all of them, right? Yeah. And also I want to know what's the best one? What has the best? And I gave my daughters a quest. So I have a 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. So we do family quests, and I highly recommend do a quest with your family or with your partner. So I told my daughters, we are going to find our beach. We're right on the beach, and there's a bunch of different little beaches. They all have kind of different flavors.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, as a family, over the next 2 months, we are going to find our beach. We're going to rate them on sand quality, wave quality, amenities. I actually had to teach my 7-year-old about amenities, like bathrooms and showers. Yeah. And then I said, and then overall fun score. So we just did a beach on Saturday and we all got back in the car, Sandy, and I said, okay, time to give it a rating, fun score. And both my daughters were like 10, but they give everything a 10. So
yeah.
they're not great scorers.
Yeah.
I was like, the bathrooms were like, not great. And they were like 10. And I was like, well, were they though?
They have their mother's exuberance.
Yeah. So, as a family, we're even trying all those beaches to pick our family beach. Is there one that you could do with your family?
I love that. It's sort of like looking through life through the prism of how you're going to be interesting socially. Yeah. It's how to make your own life interesting.
Yes. And that means having courage to do interesting things. That's why I mentioned there's this courage factor. And by the way, bonus points if you can do one with a friend. Like think of a quest you could do. Like you want to go to the national park and see if you can, hike all the trails in that national park nearby you. Will a friend do that with you? You want to read, the top 10 books of the year last year. Will a friend do that with you? Yeah. Like if you can do it with a friend,
you
even
think
better.
about it. The greatest novels in the history of literature are quests. The Odyssey or Don Quixote de la Mancha. They're all about starting off on a journey of discovery. Yeah. And as that unfolds, and if you can do that in your own life and learn how to tell that story that hooks somebody, takes them on the journey and delivers what you found, you got them hooked.
And I have a secret desire for encouraging people to do quests, which is, I mentioned level 3, self-narrative. When you do a quest, you become the hero of your own life. Okay. And when you are the hero of your own life, you have more confidence, you have more agency, you have more purpose, you have more intention. And so I also want you to do a quest because I want to get your self-narrative into the hero arc, not the victim arc. I think there are many different themes of self-narratives.
Yeah. It's easy to, lot to bitch about in today's world.
And it's very easy to be a passive observer of your own life.
Yeah.
And I like main character energy. I like people who are like the main characters of their own lives. I like people who are the heroes of their life. We also like that. Very highly charismatic people. They have purpose. They're climbing some kind of a mountain, whatever mountain that is for you. So my goal with the quest is, could you create a hero's journey for yourself where you set out to do something challenging and you had courage and hard work and grit and you got yourself out of bed and you turned off your phone and you went and did it. Yeah. That is true journey making.
Just so people aren't intimidated by this idea of I'm going to go around the world, find the greatest bar. My daughter, I love her. She is a master of Netflix. Mm-hmm. And she has a job she's very good at. She's a social media manager. Her name's Irene. But she loves Netflix. And when I get together with her, I can always ask her, what I'm looking for action adventure. Oh. And she's on top of it, and she's at least seen the review and she can tell you. And
okay, I love it. So yes, there's nothing too small to be a quest. Yeah. For example, if Netflix right now is your comfort zone and your passion, great. Your quest could be watching the top 20 documentaries on Netflix.
Yeah, and being able to tell me about.
Yes, you could be a Netflix matchmaker. Right, where you're like, okay, what was your favorite show? Okay, I'm going to find the matchmaking show that's perfect for you. I did a project once called Book Soulmates where I would ask people a bunch of questions about their favorite book and then try to find them a book soulmate. You could do the same thing with shows or social media accounts. Like if you want to stay in your comfort zone, you can start small. There's no such thing as too small. It's still going to give you so much to talk about and to think about and also have you be known for.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing that I think we undervalue. We put so much focus on our career identity. And this is really hard because we're such a career-focused society. It's why we ask, what do you do right away? And so we put everything into our credentials and our level and our salary and what we do. But could you be known for something else?
Yeah.
A question that I sometimes ask people is, if you had to give a TED Talk on something that you don't do for a living, what would your TED Talk be about?
I love that one.
And people who have an answer, I find, are typically happier.
Yeah. They're, and by the way, it goes right back to the question we started this conversation with. Don't ask what people do, ask them what they're excited about. Mm-hmm. And if they've taken this quest, whether it's just, learning the best shows on Netflix, it's
and blame us.
Or what's the best cupcake?
Like you can literally sit down with your new friend and say, I listened to this great podcast with Dan and Vanessa, and they recommended I go on a quest, and here's what I was thinking about, and I wanted to invite you.
I love it.
Blame us.
Oh, this is all I love this. It's like this interconnected
send this podcast,
constellation.
Send this podcast to someone else and be like, this podcast made me think of you.
I'm almost seeing the visual of all this, how all these connect. Find a quest and know what's exciting. Yeah, talk about it and involve somebody else and do it. Make it so you're doing good for others. You can see this sort of accelerating.
I see it as all a big web. And I also think like that is a concept
Let's make that together after this conversation.
Let's do it. Let's try it out. I also think like it's a concept called pebbling. Have you heard of pebbling?
I haven't.
It's what penguins do. Penguins often have longtime mates, certain species, and they give pebbles to their partner. Like they bring pebbles to their partner they find. And this is called pebbling today, where you send a meme to a friend or a podcast you liked or a link that you thought was interesting or a really cool Pinterest pin. It's called pebbling. And so that's another way that we build friendship is we begin to pebble for them. So if you liked this podcast, go give them, this podcast made me think of you. If you see a really funny meme, this meme made me think of you. I am constantly sharing on Instagram. So I'm on Instagram and whenever I see anything that reminds me of anyone, I mean, literally any of my friends, any of my siblings, I am constantly sending out those stories.
It's like the old days where you cut out an article and
my dad still does that.
Yeah, I love that.
My dad, he takes pictures of what he's cut out from the newspaper and he sends it to me. So pebbling, that's the other way we maintain friendships.
I like that adverb.
Send them things that make them think of you.
So if you like that clip, there's a lot more where that came from. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you won't miss our new videos as they come out each week.